I'm not saying to do that.
Oh, well. You're such a good kid. But he did also tell me that 15 is too young to be sure of my orientation. What do you think?
What do you think? Let's stop right there. 15 was only a few short years ago for you. Were you sure of your orientation?
I don't know. I had a girlfriend.
But what do you remember about what you thought of having a girlfriend? Did you know you were where you're supposed to be, or did you have questions about it?
No, not at all.
So you did know. You were sure.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 15.
No one else existed. It was just like she and I.
So you were totally into her.
Yeah.
And what were your thoughts about your sexuality? I mean, you must have sat down one day and went, I'm not straight.
Well, I did that when I was a lot younger than that.
Really? How much younger?
Like 12?
12? So you were sure of your sexual orientation by 12? You think you were sure about it?
No, but I was questioning it.
You were questioning it.
I was confused.
Yeah. I think I was sure of my sexuality when I was 15, only I was too scared to be sure of it. So I kept trying to tell myself that I was going to outgrow this thing, or I just hadn't met the right guy yet. And I told myself a million different things to hope that I was going to be straight at some point because I was too scared to be gay. But I knew. So my opinion is, if you know, you know.
So besides that bit of happy news, I also have some questions that I want to ask you. After coming out to my dad, I asked him what he would think of me telling my mom too. And he told me that it doesn't really matter if I tell her now because I'm not allowed to date anyways. So do you think I should tell her? Because I want to come out, and I guess coming out means I got to tell everyone around me, right?
She says, should I tell everyone, or is coming out just about telling the people who matter to me? What do you think?
I think it's whatever you're comfortable with. I didn't come out like that. I don't know. Just had a girlfriend.
I think it's whatever you're comfortable with too. And I think starting with the people that matter to you is the right place to start, because it's hard to have authentic relationships with people when you're hiding such a big part of yourself from them.
True.
And I think that's what a lot of our discomfort is about, when the people in our lives that we're close to don't know about our sexuality. Lucia? You're making a face.
I'm moving over here.
No.
Am I blocking the mic?
Yes.
Okay. This is how Lucia was letting me know something was wrong. I think starting with the people that matter to you makes a big difference, and it's what's important, because we want to have real relationships with people, and so we want to be honest about ourselves. We want them to know who we are. Otherwise, it feels like we're only having half a relationship. I feel that way, anyway. You don't care. Sometimes I turn to look at the little one, and there's nothing going on.
I don't know. I think people make a really big deal out of coming out. It's like part of it's like a pop culture thing as well. Don't hide yourself. Be comfortable with you, but it's like people make it like it has to be like this sit down, like mom, dad, and
You think they make too much of a drama over it?
Yeah.
Do you think that could have anything to do with, depending on the obstacles different people are facing? I think the level of drama, so to speak, in coming out has a lot to do with the different obstacles people are facing. Some people aren't facing many at all, and some people are facing tremendous obstacles or taking tremendous risk that some of us aren't. So I know you said you didn't actually come out, but what was it like when your mom found out that you were not straight?
Awful.
What happened?
My mom deduced my relationship, and I know it's I was 14, 15, whatever, but it's like your first love, and it's puppy love and all that stuff, but my mom deduced it to an affair, and I don't know, she was just like, you're gonna grow out of this, da da da, and my dad was like, why are you doing this to me?
Oh. So your mom acted like it was of no value.
Yeah.
And your dad acted like you were doing something offensive to him.
Yeah. I honestly, I would, stay at school after school because I didn't want to go home and, hear about it because there was a lot of tension.
Did that ever dissipate?
Yeah. My mom's awesome.
How did that change over time?
I just continued being who I was. I never took it back. I was never like, I'm not gay. I never, ever did that.
I think that's really important. That's really important. I did take it back when I first came out. I took it back for 3 years because the way my mom handled it was awful and I couldn't tolerate it. So I just went running back into the closet, told her it was a phase.
That's awful too, for the person that you're with, for you to be hiding and for them not to be able to touch you or act
She was
like...
hiding too. She was hiding too. We were both.
That's awful.
It was awful. It was terrible. And then when I came out 3 years later, it was like starting at square one again. There's no, there's no going back. It is better to just continue to stay true to yourself and let those around you adjust to it.
Yeah.
You're a good example of that, little one.
Oh. Okay.
So she wants to know if she should come out to her mom. Her dad said, don't worry about doing that now because you can't date anyway. What do you think?
I think if she wants to tell, I mean, that's her mother. I think if she wants her mother to know, then she should tell her.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you want to tell your mom, you should tell your mom. I don't think it's about letting her know you're going to be dating. I think it's about having your relationship with your mom and letting her know about a part of yourself that you want her to understand. Whether you're going to be dating now or in 3 years is irrelevant.
Right. It's good just to talk about what you're going through.
Yeah.
Struggles you're dealing with.
Yeah. Or even if it's not a struggle, you just want to share that part of yourself with your mom in the name of having a complete relationship with her. I think you should do that.
I have some totally random questions that I'm just a bit curious about. Why do you have your statue of Buddha sitting on a book?
Okay, the statue of Buddha that you see behind me sometimes sitting on the books, it's sitting on a book because I wanted to raise it higher. And the book I chose is an I Ching book because it has to do with coins. And my house is set up in some ways.
You have your house all feng shui.
Yeah.
And I noticed that with the mirrors and the plate, yeah.
Yeah. So my house is feng shui to a degree. And the Buddha that you see behind me is in the abundance corner of my house. That is the Buddha of abundance. And he's sitting on the I Ching book because I Ching is done with coins many times and it represents money as well. And I wanted to raise the Buddha up higher and the I Ching book was a good choice to do that.
Do you have to put an extra shiny light in your room when you do the vlog?
Yes, I do. I have 2 big studio lights that luckily my friend Patty Rain owned and I just get to borrow. It's very lucky. But I have 2 big studio lights. One sits over there and one sits over here with an umbrella and reflects the light on us. If we don't have that, you can't see us very well.
Who's the picture of the girl that you put on the top of the logo on your laptop?
That's me when I was 2.
This is my favorite question. Am I supposed to call you Miss DeBuono because you're my elder? And should I be respectfuler to you? How do you feel when kids call you Cathy?
I prefer it.
Ma'am. You should really call her ma'am.
No, don't call me ma'am.
Call her ma'am.
No, don't call me ma'am. It took me a year to break her the habit
Do
of
it.
calling me ma'am. I don't feel like a ma'am. Are they here?
He's doing something in the bathroom
Oh,
or something.
come here, Comet.